Great brands aren't just well designed, they're also well written. Think of how Oatly, Coke, or Ben & Jerry's write. But you don't want to just copy those styles. You want to create your own voice. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are from The Office's creative agency. In this video, we're going to help you define what makes your voice unique, and this will later help you write all of your text.
Firstly, you'll need to think about your brand personality. This means describing your brand as if it was a person. Is it bossy, offbeat, provocative? Your personality should line up with your brand values and bring them to life.
And the thing is, when you have a clear brand personality, you can really differentiate against your closest competitors. And if you look at these three actual companies that sell a very similar product, juice, you'll see how that difference comes to life. Emma and Tom's and Nudie use really down-to-earth words like Aussie and honest to goodness. Whereas Orchard Street speaks like a yogi with words such as awaken your vitality and your sacred space. Juiced Life, by contrast, is energizing with words like powerhouse and reboot your body. They're all true to brand in their very own way. So let's start to define your brand personality using some popular tools so that you can also create that unique voice. Firstly,
you can define your brand personality using tools such as the 12 brand archetypes model, or you could try the brand as a metaphor model where you liken the qualities of your product to a well-known celebrity or a car or something of the such.
One model that we like to use is the 13 levers you can see on this slide. So as a team, you want to go through the list of all these adjectives and agree on how important each one is. So for example, are you more feminine than masculine? Are you playful? Are you serious? Once you get to the end of the list, discard the attributes that got a neutral score like 0 or 1. Pick the top 3 or 5 that scored a 2 or a 3, and now you're starting to get some real clarity around your brand personality. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is start to define your voice. First, go back to any desktop research you've done and create a massive list of words that support your brand position somehow. Write down technical words, historical terms, pop culture terms. Write down everything that brings your product or brand personality to life. You can also decide on even the sentence styles that will work best. Will they be short and punchy, long and lingering? Either of those styles are fine, but only one will be right for your brand.
And remember, you're not just going to a thesaurus to find these words. You're really going to need to deep dive into some good research.
The next thing you can do is write a short set of instructions that capture this voice, kind of like how Starbucks has done it here. And you can use this to share with any current or future team members on how to replicate your brand voice. So on this Starbucks slide, you can see they've used short instructional copy for their signage or menus, such as matcha 3 ways, whereas they've used more evocative language for their marketing campaigns, like their emails. So here the heading says that first sip feeling. And a final thing you can do is write a word bank, which is a short list of just 5 or 10 words that most capture your brand voice. You'll refer back to this word bank again and again, and it'll really help to keep your writing style consistent. So we've seen that your voice should be consistent, but remember that you are allowed to adjust for formality. So if you want to sound more approachable, you can use contracted forms, shorter sentences, and more personal pronouns. If you need to sound more formal, like on an investor pitch deck, you might want to use full spelling, fewer buzzwords, and longer sentences. Finally, test the effectiveness of your brand voice by writing out some uplifting slogans, some mantras, some stories that support your messaging pillars. We've got an example here from Oatly. They're a darling in marketing circles right now because their voice is so distinctive. And on this ad, you can see 2 of their messaging pillars. There's the anti-marketing angle, where it says, we made this look like street art so you'd like it better, and the anti-cow's milk angle, which is something you see on all of their materials. So once again, your voice will determine anything you write and even your product names, which is a whole different discussion. Do spend the time to develop a unique, memorable voice, and your entire marketing team will thank you for it.
See you later.